the save point. This is the 12th save point, isn't it? Or the 13th one. I can't believe we made it this far. It's nice, you know. I took the habit of making these, and I always come back to it. So we'll keep making them, and I'll keep talking, with no idea what I'm going to talk about, pretty much. Just a fake idea. But welcome back to the save point. A place where it's just you, me, and just nothing. It's just a place to relax in between what you were doing and the next thing you're going to do if you're going to bed and now going to wake up in the morning, or if you have a break of a few minutes. Lunch break. Hopefully it's longer than a few minutes. But this is what I'm doing. Windows 10 specifically. I've been using that version for such a long time. I have always used Windows. But now, in a year from now, I will be forced to upgrade to Windows 11. Now, I used the term upgrade as the term, but to me it does not sound like an upgrade. For the simple fact that all I hear is Windows 11 is not a very good operating system. It's not made to make your life easier, but to get data from you. It's more complicated to do things. There's constant bugs or stuff that breaks. I'm not looking forward to upgrading from Windows 10. Now, Windows, I've had a long history with Windows. I started on Windows XP, you know, in the early 2000s. My family had a computer on which, like, there was probably 1,000 viruses, and I'm not even exaggerating. I think there was an antivirus check, and it came out at more than 1,400 viruses, I think. It's a wonder how that little machine kept going. Maybe my brothers just kept fucking up with it. But that's not the thing. I really enjoyed Windows XP. It was very easy. It was comfortable for me to use. I played Radio Online on that computer, and some small games, you know, flash games and such. But that wasn't my PC. When I got my PC, it was the time of Windows 7. Windows 7 was, in the mind of probably the majority of users of personal computers, the best version of Windows there was. Also, I heard. I also really enjoyed it. I was forced, well, not forced, but when Windows 8 came out, I didn't directly upgrade to 8. When 8.1 came out, I didn't think too much about it. I did the offered upgrade, and my computer was fine then. You know, it was one of these flat screen computer with a tactile screen, an all-in-one. It was a very interesting machine, not a separate screen and a PC tower, just an all-in-one with a touch screen. I think there was even like a CD tray you could put DVDs in, and I put Pirate of the Caribbean in there. An underpowered machine, of course, but it's one that played Counter-Strike Source and all these zombie modes, community made, like Zombie Escape, on the Lord of the Rings maps and all this. It was a very good time, I think. I played this from morning to evening. I really liked these mods. I never played the regular Counter-Strike, I just played the zombie modes, but 8.1 was alright. You know, I didn't tinker with it. I was a child. I didn't feel the need to, or even aware that there's much more I could do with it. And you know, Windows 8, I used it when I got a new computer. I had Windows 10 on there. Around 2015, when Windows 10 came out, I think that's when it came out, I got Windows 10 on a new computer with this time an independent PC tower and a screen, both kind of cheap, actually, a pre-built computer and a screen that was very cheap, that I bought just because it had 1 milliseconds of delay or something. But the colors were very bad. I still have it actually in front of me right here. It's my second computer screen. No, I got a much better one. a screen that actually reflects a bit better what the colors do look like instead of having like a very bluish tint or uncalibrated. Oh, it's not so good. It was old technology, an old screen, but it served me very, very well in high. I played lots of games on that PC, and Windows 10 worked very well. It's been working fine up to this day. The PC I'm using has been built 2 years ago by a friend. They gave me the shell of their old PC, and because they built themselves a new one, gave me the CPU and all this. They built it for me, and I built the GPU separately, an Intel Arc A770 16 gigabytes. Very good buy, I will say. Very good value, I think. 60 gigabyte cards at low price, and it's handling games really well. I didn't test very recent game. I tested Clear Obscure, but that's notably a poorly performing card for Unreal Engine games. Still, it hit 60 FPS most of the time, so it worked very well. It's still working very well. I played Resident Evil Village and 2 Remake recently, and perfect. Full graphics. No ray tracing, because I don't care about ray tracing. But it worked very well. I mean, shit, 120 frames on Resident Evil 2 Remake. That's just wonderful, I think. Here's the thing. Well, first of all, that's not a topic for another time, but I've always played and will always play games at 60 FPS, because I don't need a higher frame rate. But it's been nice to play that game at 120 FPS. It showed me a bit what's possible, the fact that everything's a bit smoother, you're able to react a bit faster, it's very good. But I've been using Windows 10, a long time. It's 11 years by now, like we are going to 2026, so 10 years I've been using it. We're going on 11 now. But as we know, Windows 10 got its end of support, like they don't want you to use Windows 10 anymore. They want you to use Windows 11. Oh, there has been so many pop-ups. Upgrade now, this is your chance. I don't want to upgrade. Of course I don't want to upgrade, but they are trying to force me to upgrade. Even when you start your PC, sometimes after the boot screen of your BIOS, like, instead of putting to your login screen, they're like, upgrade to Windows 11 now. It happened multiple times, but I've always refused. No, it's end of life. I have the extended security deal package for commercial users for Windows 10. And I'm going to keep writing this until it expires in a year. But that's where I'm starting to be very worried about Windows 11. I have 1 year, and I will keep using... I will upgrade to Windows 11. I don't want to move to Linux, the different versions of it, like Fedora, Ubuntu, Mint. I don't care about Linux, because a lot of what I use is Windows specific. I think DaVinci Resolve, for example, is a Windows software. I don't know if there's a Linux version, but I don't really want to deal with changing the operating system. I don't know if the process is tough. I don't have a lot of time or brain capacity to customize Linux, which apparently is highly customizable, exactly how I would want, because it's such a different ecosystem. Maybe there's a lot of things that are familiar, but the Steam example, for example, can you just use Proton out of the blue if you install Steam? Will you just use Proton if you put up a game in Linux, for example, in the flavor of the Steam Deck? Maybe that will be the case, or maybe Steam will release a Steam OS specifically, but even that, it's for PC-centric, gaming-centric PC builds. I am using my PC for video editing and messing around with stuff, emulation. There's lots I'm using it for. So the thing is, Windows 11, recently there has been, there's so much negativity and bad water over Windows 11. Windows 10 was supposed to be the last version of Windows you would need, and it would be updated forever and ever until the sun collapses on itself and we got a supernova going on. Here, but Windows 11, there was like a recent update apparently that broke people's SSDs, corrupted them, and that is a terrifying notion, which is what I was thinking of upgrading to Windows 11, and then this happened, and then suddenly, oh, SSDs are breaking, first this brand and then Samsung ones, and there's that word that didn't reassure me. Some people were fine, lots of people were not fine. Apparently the issue is fixed now, but that's, an update to Windows 11 cost this. What further update could just keep breaking it? Do you understand what I mean? Of course you understand what I mean. And there was also another update previously of Windows 11 that was a more general big update that people really didn't like. It slowed down the system a lot from what I remembered reading and all this. So what you can grasp from all of this is that a lot of people are fine with Windows 11. A lot of people are not fine with Windows 11. Sometimes, very often, problems are introduced and are, worked on and resolved, and new ones appear constantly. I feel like I have very little issues with Windows 10. I mean, sometimes it happened twice that my background disappeared and was the blackness of the void. But that's, you understand, that's not a big issue compared to like an SSD just corrupting and everything on it being lost. Like, I put all my videos on a separate SSD for safekeeping, and what if that got corrupted? Do you know what I mean? Like, all I made until now just poof down the drain, or like all the games you have installed or your save files. Well, there's Steam Cloud, but I prefer to rely on local save files, maybe backing them up, which I don't really do, but in case I'm changing PCs, I would do that definitely. Because I'm not really counting on Steam saves, on Steam Cloud to like put my latest save file to my new computer. If I had a new computer, I don't have a new computer. The thing is, like, my computer is compatible with Windows 11. I mean, it really made sure to tell me that very often. Yes, you can upgrade. You have secure boot. I think it's TMP. You have the TMP on your CPU or something. But it makes me feel so iffy, especially since I went in Windows 10 settings and I set everything up how I wanted. All the tabs, privacy, webcam screens. I tweaked everything to what I would like. That is accessible in the settings of Windows. I didn't go in depth like with command lines and unbloating or removing telemetry. I just did what was accessible for me on a basic surface level, akin to what you get in a video game. The option menus, that's what I do. I stick to the basics because I'm too afraid of breaking something. I get very paranoid, and if I move to Windows 11, I have the biggest fear that suddenly my settings are just going to be changed, that it's going to like mess with some things. I will have to go through the whole process of going through every setting again, which fills me with a bit of anxiety, to be honest. I really don't want to have to like mess around with settings with my limited time. But I will have to do it. I know even if that doesn't happen, I will be paranoid until I know for sure that everything is how I would like it. But and during the transfer, you should back up everything that you care for, and that is a good idea. I should definitely back before I upgrade to Windows 11. I will back my a lot of files on my external SSD. There's the dog here. There's a dog. Yeah, the letterbox just went like clack, and so he hears, and now he's like, oh, I want to see what's going on. He's a good boy. He's a very good boy. There it is. The green screen is shaking now. But he laid his fat ass on there. What a good boy. Archie is the name. Well, the Pancake. I wanted to call her the lovely dog Pancake, but it ended up being Archie. I like Pancake though, but I like Archie. No, Archie is a very good name. You know, I'm always like, oh, Archie, get off of that table, because it's a bit of a dog that's a mountain god at the same time, and will climb on every surface he sees. So I need to carry him down the stairs and down, because even if he can get up some pretty high surfaces, he doesn't like to get down from them. So he will look at you with his big eyes, with his ears that look like little whimpers, like take me down, and I will grab him. Oh, big dog. But I'm very muscly, so that's fine. But yeah, upgrading to Windows 11. Apparently, I wrote in on Reddit. Will I be fine? You know, will upgrading to Windows 11 just fuck up my settings? Will it break my files, break my softwares? Will DaVinci Resolve be corrupted? Will my emulators be all fucked up? What if there's like path dependencies, you know, like, oh, my softwares rely on something in program files, and in Windows 11 it's just not there or something, you know, or in roaming or app data where the .minecraft was. I think there's something that I would say that I don't understand why when you install Minecraft Java, it installs it in your app data. That's why it installs it in app data. I don't understand why. Games would normally be installed in like program files, right? You know, like program files, x86, I think that's called. Because that's where softwares and games are installed. But no, Minecraft Java is different. It will just install in like app data out of all places, a hidden file. I don't understand why. Surely there's a good reason for this, but I don't know it. But these are my little worries about Windows 11. You know, what if something is going to break again in the future? If this operating system is going to keep slowing down with all the bloat that's been introduced, you know, Copilot and like all productivity tools, how much you can actually remove, you know. I know that the European Union is kind of pressuring Microsoft to allow to uninstall some stuff that you were not able to uninstall before the bottle warding. So maybe uninstalling things I don't need would be fine. But what you can't uninstall, and if it's going to be slow and troublesome, if more bugs will be introduced, if during moving, upgrading the operating softwares, my personal files and games will just take a big dump, you know, I'm not comfortable with that. I don't remember like there being any problem when I was a child. I upgraded from 7 to 8.1, except the look of the OS. I think things worked out pretty well, but I cannot cross my fingers that maybe there will be a much better version of Windows 11 by the time I upgrade in a year. I hope that all the backlash is so bad that Microsoft has no choice but to like course correct Windows 11, which I don't think will happen. They have a monopoly. They do. Windows is a monopoly, isn't it? Sure, Linux is there, but it's such a small slice of the pie compared to Windows. And most people that are on Windows are going to stay on Windows. Linux is an alternative, but not for everything. In a few years maybe, but personally I'm not interested. I will stay on Windows for now, despite how much it troubles me. What about you? I mean, what are your thoughts about Windows 11? Did you like 10? do you have hope that Windows 11 could end up being a good operating system? Maybe there will be a Windows 12. That would be nice if there was a nice version of Windows. Windows 12. I mean, that wasn't this like the way with Windows, like 7 was good, 8 was bad. Then we skipped 9 for some reason. 10 was good, 11 was bad. Before there was XP that was good, then Windows Vista was bad. Then 7 was good, Will there be a 12? And will the 12 be good? That's a question. There's a version of Windows that's being developed for for handheld, I think, the Rogalai X, I think. That's as deep-rooted as possible to make it as smooth as could be performance-wise, and that could be the future of Windows, if you so wish. I hope it would be free to install or something. I don't care for the extra bells and whistles of Windows. I'm a user that tends to stick to the basics. I really don't need much, and if I need something, I'll probably just install a software. But in all my years, I just use Windows because software is compatible for it. Much better than Linux. But I don't mess with everything in Windows. I'm a pretty casual user in that aspect. But yeah, that's what I think about Windows 11. What I think about Windows in general. It makes me feel very insecure. I thought, it's kind of making me a bit sick having to worry so much about my system and its operating system, the sustainability of it. If I had a dedicated handheld device, something that would be much more straightforward, wouldn't that be better, avoiding the whole Windows drama, stay on Android or so, or maybe in the future just Linux. I don't know. It's all murky, but that's this insecurity in that entire operating system sphere that makes me uneasy. As someone that is not extremely versed into that whole ecosystem and how things work, I am at the hands, right, of Windows, just like so many other people. But there's a lot of people that might not worry so much, whereas I tend to worry a bit. But who knows, maybe the future will be bright. Maybe it's not going to go down the gritty corporate road so far, but it probably is, not all things considered. In any case, I wish you that your progress is saved. Now, congratulations, I saved your progress. I'll see you at the next save point, alright? Cheers.